Hello guys, Cartopia here. Today I'd like to tell you about history of a legend Toyota Hilux. This is my first history style video, so if you like it, let me know in the comments section. So buckle up, cause it's gonna be fun. When the Toyota Hilux first hit the streets in 1968, it was like a breath of fresh air in a pickup world dominated by big, heavy-duty trucks. Think of it as the new kid at school, who quickly becomes everyone's favorite because he's both reliable and surprisingly fun. The Hilux was designed to replace the Toyota Stout, which was more like that older cousin who still wore his 50s leather jacket to family gatherings. The Hilux, on the other hand, was compact, practical, and had an undeniable charm that quickly won over anyone who got behind the wheel. With a 1.5-liter inline-4 engine, this little workhorse was ideal for city driving, light-duty work, and pretty much any task that didn't require a bulldozer. It was the kind of pickup you could take to the job site, then use to pick up groceries or help a friend move a couch. So versatile, it even made hauling compost seem like a good time. 1970s, the teenage years. The 1970s brought us the second-generation Hilux, and let's say it had a growth spurt. It came with a longer wheelbase and a couple of extra ponies under the hood. If the first-generation Hilux was like your buddy from high school, this new one was the same buddy. But now he could drive, had his own car, and could actually carry a few friends along. The ruggedness was there, and people were like, wow, this thing is tougher than my grandmother's meatloaf. 1980s. Time to get serious. The third-generation Hilux, N30/N40 series, rolled in around 1978, and it was clear this was no ordinary pickup truck. It came in different flavors, from single cab to double cab, sort of like ice cream, but with a lot more horsepower. Plus, it offered four-wheel drive, which meant it could handle off-road adventures. This was the decade when the Hilux proved it wasn't just for hauling stuff to the dump. It could climb mountains and still have enough energy for a victory lap. And let's be honest, by the end of the 80s, if you didn't know someone who owned a Hilux, you probably weren't hanging out at the right places. 1990s, the Hilux hits its stride. The fourth and fifth generations of the Hilux were like the 90s sitcoms you couldn't get enough of. Everyone loved them. The 1983 model, N50/N60 series, came with a smoother design and a more comfortable interior. Suddenly, you didn't need a chiropractor after driving for an hour. And by the time the fifth generation, N80 series, came along in 1988, the Hilux was becoming more refined. It was like your buddy from college who got a real job, bought a nice suit, but still knew how to have a good time on the weekends. 2000s, the Hilux grows up. The sixth generation, N140/N150 series, brought us into the late 90s with some significant updates. Now the Hilux had more space, better safety features, and engines with extra muscle. It was like that kid from high school who hit the gym and suddenly had biceps like watermelons. The seventh generation, and 10/N20/N30 series, in 2004 took things further, offering both commercial and recreational versions. It was like your buddy who could switch from a suit to a tank top and shorts in seconds, equally comfortable in both. 2010 S Hilux, the legend. By the time the 8th generation Hilux rolled out in 2015, it was a global superstar. This version had it all: sleek design, advanced tech, and the same tough-as-nails attitude that made the Hilux famous. If the Hilux were a movie star, it would be playing the hero who always saves the day, usually by driving through a wall and emerging without a scratch. The legacy. The Hilux has become the stuff of legends, a pickup truck that can go anywhere and do anything. If it were a person, it would be that friend who never says no to an adventure, even if it involves crossing a desert or scaling a mountain. You know, the one who shows up at your door with a backpack and says, "Let's go," even though it's midnight on a Tuesday. That's the Toyota Hilux, forever ready for whatever comes its way.